Good evening, YouTube. It is the Curvy Jones coming at you on a Thursday evening. This is not an update video. It's basically just it's a topic video. I want to talk to all my single ladies. All my single ladies. I don't know how this goes because I have actually never seen a Beyonce video. I'm serious. I'm not a huge fan. I know you guys are totally surprised at that, but no. I don't watch Beyonce videos. There's something on the floor. So this video is on dating after weight loss surgery, and there's a couple of aspects to this experience. For those of you who are already married, it's different because it's not like you could have surgery without your husband not knowing. And a lot of you had, your husband there while you had surgery. Immediately after, you had that person to talk about your surgery with and make that big decision. For those of us who are single and who don't even have boyfriends, this is kind of a solitary thing. My best friend went with me to Mexico to have my surgery, and I can't even imagine going through that with a man. There's no way a dude would have taken as good a care as my best friend did of me. So so there's tons of things to think about when you meet someone new, because this is a big, huge part of my life. Like, from the fact that I can't eat a whole lot of food to the fact that I can't go 6 hours without eating, to the fact that, I don't want to go to Applebee's and just have dessert because I don't eat dessert really. So, yeah. It's a whole different experience. So I'm kind of curious, first of all, to people who started dating or are dating post-surgery, what's your approach to sharing your surgery with people? Do you tell them straight out, hey, I had like 80% of my stomach removed, so I can't eat a lot of food, and also I'm starving, so we really need to go eat right now? Or do you pretend like eating 3 pieces of steak and a broccoli flowerette is normal? And how dare he suggest that you had any kind of surgery and you're deeply offended? Or do you kind of just let it roll and let him figure it out? Or her. I don't want to be offensive, so him or her. How do you handle that? Because I don't know. I'm an upfront kind of person. I would rather people just know right off, because I really can't keep the secret anymore. So if you ask me, I'm going to tell you. If you ask me if I had weight loss surgery, I'm going to say, yep, I sure did in December. Don't I look good? So I tend to be way upfront. With my last boyfriend, I told him, like on our first date, because I hadn't eaten since lunch and it was 6 o'clock, and Jelly was like, oh my God, you bitch, feed me. And he showed up and I said, hi, nice to meet you. I need to eat some food right now. And so that was how we began. I was eating. So there's that. Here's the other thing. It's kind of, excuse my language, a mind fuck. Because at my heaviest, I was 273. And I dated, I won't say I had boyfriends, because a lot of my relationships fizzle out pretty early. My expectations are high, and I don't want to be offensive to anyone, but yeah, I haven't found a whole lot of men that meet my standard. And I'm gonna say my standards aren't all that high. I think that a lot of the men that I met and dated thought that I would be easy because I was fat. And I did get a lot of, well, you should be grateful that anyone is interested in you because you're really heavy. Oh yeah, I'll date you, but you have to put out. I don't. it's easier for me to say no than yes, so I don't really respond to that. I'd rather just walk away. So I walk away, and they let me. So, and I live in Atlanta where it's like 10 women to every man, so it's a man's paradise here. So it's rough. But when I was heavier, I did date. Not heavily, but I did. And I will be the first to say that my reason for having weight loss surgery was so that I would like what I saw in the mirror. And I didn't, at that time, like what I saw in the mirror. I thought I was fat. I thought I was ugly. I thought I was unattractive. And I understood completely why no one was interested. I am 67 pounds down now from my highest weight, and I feel good. I feel really good, to the point where I don't feel fat. I feel overweight, but I don't feel fat. I haven't called myself fat in a long, long time. I have not looked at myself in the mirror and thought, God, you're ugly, in a very long time. I mean, since, surgery, in a long time. I like going in my closet and picking out clothes that I think look good on me now. I like my shape. I like my small waist and my big hips. I don't like my thighs, but we're working on that. I like my thin face. I like the way my new hair, y'all like my new hair? I like the way my hair frames my face. I think I'm pretty. I do, and I have a confidence that I didn't have before surgery. And I guess I really thought that that would change things. It hasn't changed shit. Excuse my language again. It hasn't changed anything. And before I had surgery, I would be the girl in the corner reading a book at the football game, or the gal in the club staring at her phone. When I would go out with my friends, most of my friends are beautiful, absolutely beautiful women. I would be the one kind of shoved in the back, not by them, but by other people. The reaction from other people to them is what pushes me back into the corner. And I didn't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to be the person that hides in the corner anymore. I don't want to be the person that blends into the wallpaper anymore. I don't want to be a attention whore, but I want to stand out. I want to sparkle. I want to be a person that lights up a room. And in some ways, I am that. I do think I am the darling of my workplace. They do really like me there. It doesn't translate to the dating world. And I don't think that men are intimidated. I don't think that men don't know what to say and they're really shy and they want to ask me out, but they think I'll say no. I think they aren't interested. I just think they aren't interested. And there's a lot of elements to that. A lot of it is because I live here in Atlanta, and I mean, I like, obviously shiny, bright colored shirts and things like that, but the women here are out of this world beautiful. Some of it's fake, but out of this world beautiful, and I can't compete. I think I'm pretty, but I don't compete. And when we're talking about me versus this gal is always going to win out. That's kind of how it is. I'm not down on myself, but it's just how it is. And I think that a lot of my idea of what my life was going to be like after surgery, I've had a rude awakening. I really have. Because I totally thought surgery was going to change my dating life. Because don't you know those people that dropped like 60, 70 pounds and then they got a boyfriend and then 3 months later they got married and then a year later they have like 6 kids and a big ass house and like 2 Mercedes and a Bichon Frise dog, and they're like, yeah, so Brent and I met like a year ago and it was just magic. And it was like right after I lost a whole bunch of weight and I was just a different person and I was just so confident, and I think that's what he really liked about me, you know. That's the kind of shit that does not happen to me. None of that ever happens to me. I know so many people who dropped a bunch of weight and then met someone wonderful. I really thought that was going to happen. I wanted that for me. I really thought that was going to happen for me, but it hasn't so far. I am, of course, not even 6 months out, so, you know, there's time. There's time. So something happened the other night that really brought this to the forefront. I can laugh about it now. So I rent a house here in Atlanta, and it's a beautiful house. I love this house, and my rent is great for Atlanta. And my landlord sent me an email to tell me that my lease was coming due in July, and the real estate market was heating up, but I could stay in the house if I wanted to sign a 2-year lease. Now, she's been trying to get me to sign a multi-year lease for forever. I will be in this house 3 years, like going on my 3rd year here in this house in July. I have always rejected the multi-year lease for a very stupid reason. Let me tell you why. Every man that I have dated since I've lived here, and I've been here 10 years, has had a house. He owned his house. Atlanta is like the foreclosure capital of the country. So 10 years ago, everybody was buying a house. And, you know, some people are upside down in their houses right now. But every man I've met here has a house. They don't live in apartments here, I guess. They own their homes. Well, they have a mortgage on their homes. So my thinking was, well, what if I meet someone and we hit it off and we want to move in together or get married, but I'm stuck in a 2 or 3 year lease and we can't live together because he has a house and I have a house and I can't get out of my lease and I can't sublease it, and then I have to pay all this rent, and because no. So I don't want to sign a multi-year lease. Mind you, there was no one on the horizon. There was no one that I was dating that this could have possibly ever been a scenario that could happen. Also, those things don't happen to me. So I don't know why I was thinking that, but I was 265, 270, 273, like, no, I'm not signing no multi-year lease because I'm going to meet somebody and he's going to move me into his house and I don't want to have to pay out, 2 more years of rent on a house I'm not even living with. That's just a waste of money. No, right. So then I lose 67 pounds and I look fabulous. Thank you very much. Y'all like my new hair? I look fabulous. And she sends me an email that I can sign a 2-year lease, and I jumped at it. Kind of without even hardly thinking. And the minute that I hit send, my heart hit my stomach. Because it felt to me like I was giving up on that idea that I might meet someone and he would sweep me off my feet and I would be faced with the terrible problem of what to do with my lease. So I'm laying in bed and I'm crying about it, y'all, crying. And I was like, this is a trip. This is a trip. This is not going at all how I thought it would go. I am losing slower than I thought I would. I'm almost 6 months out and I'm not at goal yet. I'm still in a size 14 pants. My face is thin. I think I look pretty. But men are not running down the street to ask me out. What is going on? What's going on here? Because that's totally what I thought life after weight loss surgery was gonna be about. I thought I was gonna be at like 199 by like March, and then I could be at goal by like, I don't know, like September, and I would be like thin and, you know, just like happy and like skipping down the beach at Lake Lanier in my itty bitty whatever, and like not be worried about what size I am, and just perfect. My life is not perfect yet. When is that gonna be happening? When are all these dreams and ideals that I had about what life after weight loss surgery was gonna be like, when do those come true? When I ask. Probably right around never. Probably right around when I get realistic about what it means to have weight loss surgery. Probably right around when I realize that any issue that I had with dating when I was heavy is still gonna be around when I'm thin. Any issue I had 67 pounds ago is still here at 207. One of my friends used to say that losing weight doesn't solve any of your problems. It doesn't make any of your problems go away. It just gives you one less thing to blame all your problems on. And it's one less thing for me to hide behind. So because I used to always think that my problems with dating were because I was fat, and now that I don't think of myself as fat anymore and I'm still not dating, it just, and I guess this is what brought me to tears the other night, because I had kind of given up on that whole stupid pipe dream. What is the problem? What is the problem? Is it me? Because if it is me, I want to know what that is so I can look at it and decide if that's something I need to work on. Is it something I need to change? Is it them? Well, it can't be them, because I know tons of people here that meet wonderful people all the time. I don't know. I don't have answers. And I don't like not having answers. I'm an answer kind of girl. Google cannot tell me how to fix this problem. And I really wish it could. So that's my whine. That's my blog post on dating post-surgery. It isn't happening like I thought it would, and I'm mad about it. A lot of things aren't happening like I thought they would, and I'm mad about it. So, hopefully someone has some words of wisdom and some advice, but I know this is something I just have to go through, and you know, when I least expect it, and be the right one and stop looking and all that. Yeah, I know all that. Yeah, I'm right on that. All right, tell me something good. Talk soon. Tomorrow. Bye.